The most controversial piece of legislation takes aim at legal gun owners. The Gun Safety Act prohibits those who have a concealed carry permit from bringing a firearm within 100 feet of any public place.
They would, of course, be able to retain the use of their firearm in their own home and in other people's homes where they had permission of the homeowner.
Deadly mass shootings at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, a school in Uvalde, Texas, and outside of Chicago inspired legislation regarding long guns.
So I want to make sure these mass shootings don't happen in Maryland, and that means restricting long guns for people age 18 to 21.
Another gun control bill allows victims or surviving family members of gun violence to file civil lawsuits against gun makers. It would also apply to companies who make ghost gun kits and those who sell them. State House Democrat leaders consider public safety a priority.
It is a top primary concern for us. It has been, it will continue to be. If people don't feel safe, nothing else matters.
Another piece of legislation requires gun owners who are subject to a final protective order to surrender their firearms.
You know, at this point, I'm pretty convinced that all of these Democratic states are all in competition to see who can pass the most restrictive gun laws that they possibly can. Do you know how insulting it is to look at someone and tell them, you have a right to carry a gun in your house, but nowhere else? Doesn't make any sense. It's understood that the vast majority of people spend more time outside of their home than they do in their home, and that they're most likely to be exposed to danger outside of their home than inside of their home. Arguably, the safest place to be for most people is inside their home. So me having the ability to carry a gun in my home is great, it's necessary, but it means nothing if I can't carry a gun to the most dangerous places that I have to go to because I have to live life and I have to work. Telling me I can't carry a gun to the vast majority of places that I go to does nothing for me. But you know who it does do stuff for? It does stuff for criminals. Because guess where criminals carry the guns most? Outside of their home. Why? Because that's where they commit crime. And guess who they're committing that crime against? Me, us, the people who are outside of their home, and you're telling them they can't carry a firearm. When the Supreme Court recently came down with a ruling in the Bruen case that said that New York's concealed carry laws are unconstitutional, I knew these Democratic states were going to do this. I knew they were going to try to cherry pick it apart and come up with backdoor ways to get the exact same results that they had when it was explicitly stated that you couldn't carry a firearm. So in this particular case, they say, yeah, on paper, you can carry a firearm. Except you can't carry them here, everywhere, except your home. Well, duh, ding dong. Of course I should be able to have a gun in my own home. But you telling me that I can't have a gun outside of my home is insulting. It's incredibly insulting. What is common sense about telling me I can't carry a gun to the most dangerous places that I'm forced to go to because I have to make a living, because I have to go out and live life? That's not common sense. If anything, it's the complete opposite of common sense. It's insanity. But yet, here we are. You have places like Maryland, New Jersey, New York, all of these places doing everything in their power to make it as hard as possible for people to exercise their Second Amendment rights. You know what? Screw that. Forget the Second Amendment rights aspect of it. They are making it as hard as possible for people to protect their life. So in the event that an officer can't be there to protect someone who's being attacked, the best thing you have for them is to tell them they can't carry a gun for their protection, even though you know you don't have the means to protect them? Spit on somebody's face and tell them it's raining. You see how much sense that makes? It doesn't, because the idea that you telling someone that they can't carry a firearm out in public when they're just living their life is just as stupid. They like to cloud it and couch it in this idea of safety. We want to keep people safe. He even said it. It's not even about keeping people safe. He wants to make people feel safe.
If people don't feel safe, nothing else matters.
Which is totally different from being safe. Because being safe in an environment where the only person that can protect you is you and you don't have the means to do it means you're not safe. I don't care how safe you feel. You can feel safe all day long, right up until you realize that you're not. And when you're not and you have to confront that reality, the one thing you're going to be asking for is a gun. But their goal isn't to make you safe. It's so that they can control you. These people are in positions of power. People who are in positions of power do not like when the people they feel they are ruling over also have power. And what is the one thing in this world that gives ultimate power to the people? So much, in fact, that our founding fathers, who were the people that fought against a tyrannical government, enshrined it in their founding document. That would be guns. Guns, guns, guns. What do these people do in order to protect themselves from the rest of the people in the world? They use people carrying guns. Guns, guns, guns. Whether you like them, whether you don't like them, there's no getting away from the fact that the ultimate display of power, whether it be empowerment from the standpoint that I can mind my own business but still protect myself when I go out and about, or if I'm a tyrannical politician who wants to exact his control over his people, guns. That's the way you do it. And the only way to check a tyrant with a gun is with a gun. And the reality that I want to exist in, if you can't make me safe, allow me to protect myself and protect my safety. It's not even like the vast majority of people who are carrying firearms are actually committing crimes. People with concealed carry permits are known to be the most law-abiding people in the country. So why would you have a problem with them carrying a firearm? You're still dealing with the same criminal element who are engaging in the same type of criminal behavior, whether you have a concealed carry law or you don't. Criminals aren't emboldened by the fact that people can now carry guns. It's actually quite the opposite. Most criminals don't want people carrying firearms. Criminals love states that do not allow their citizens to carry guns because they're going to do it illegally. And that means the people who are law-abiding citizens aren't going to have guns on them when they attack them. Their only response to any of this is always going to be, let's create more laws that bans and restricts the Second Amendment further. That is the only answer they ever have. They have no other answer. So stop looking to them for that answer. The only thing you should be telling them is get the hell out of the way of my Second Amendment rights. You can't be there when I need you, so get out of my way so that I can protect myself.
You know, we talk a lot about empowerment in this country, except for when it comes to the Second Amendment. However, I can't think of anything more empowering than having the most effective tool to protect you and your family. So help me spread this message by liking and sharing this video with everyone you know. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, because the Second Amendment, when it said militia, it wasn't talking about the government. It was talking about you. Also, if you want to know where to find the I'm the Militia shirt and merchandise, click the I'm the Militia link in the description section of this video.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, make sure you hit that bell symbol.